I said, my leg gets stiff for sitting down there.
So, just kind of.
What do we want to know? There's Bill.
Mom. Hey. Yeah. Well, I need to be close to for my left hand.
There you go.
Okay. So, shout out a question, and then I'll in turn shout out a question.
Fish heaven.
Okay. That's a good one. What they wanted to know was, what was it like working with Titania?
Who? What happened?
What happened?
What happened? I wish I found out. Titania was really a character. She was an unusual performer. She had been, her whole family was a circus. She was with the circus, and she loved to perform. She loved to dance. We all liked Titania. Anybody else want to know about Titania?
I'll tell you a quick story about her. I got to tour one summer as a carny. She actually grew up, and my mom would tell you this story, and I'm going to listen to this. We were all, my mom, my dad, and myself, with this picture at a drive-in theater, and the way we get the people in is we'd say the stars were going to be in the audience. You remember this? We were standing on top of the concession stand, myself, my dad, and I believe Titania, when someone from the audience shouted out a bad remark to Titania. This is real, not Titania in the movie, but her name was Georgette. Her mother was there helping us. She was a stripper from the old days. So someone shouted out a rude remark to the mother. Titania literally jumped off the top of the concession stand right onto the person, and a fight like you saw on there actually ensued. Do you remember that?
Yeah. She was really a character. Boy, she was really strong. She could really give it to you. She was really a girl, that Titania. Well, in fact, all the girls, the one who did the, what was her name? The one who did the strip.
Oh, Lynn Fontaine.
Oh, yeah, Lynn Fontaine. She was a beautiful girl. She was really beautiful. And I don't know, all of these girls have disappeared for some particular reason.
Okay, I have a little secret. Since it's 30 years down the line and the guy I'm going to tell you about is not here tonight, I'll go ahead and tell you what's he going to do. So, my friend Hathaway, the detective, had a thing for Lynn Fontaine, the stripper, and of course he was married at the time. So Lynn left town and she was in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and Ed and my dad and the actors had to go down to film the cutaway shots in New Orleans. Well, Ed, telling no one, but by the way, Ed is a commercial pilot, used to work for the airlines, still is a head flight instructor out in Sedona, Arizona, taught me to fly, great individual. But he got in the airplane. Tom, I guess we're doing okay, so thank you anyway, but I appreciate the effort. He got in the plane, and without telling my dad what's happening, my dad said, well, why aren't we going to New Orleans? He said, well, I have a little stop to make in Hot Springs, Arkansas first. That's where Lynn Fontaine was working, and he would have got away with it, but he paid for the gas with a credit card, and of course, Jan, his wife, got the bills.
Well, I would say that some of those girls that were strippers, they were really exotic. We originally called this picture the exotic ones, but we found out because of exploitation that Munster and the stripper would be more seductive to being production and being in the theaters. In order to make money in the motion picture theaters, you have to have something different. And boy, the Munster and the stripper was different.
And it's still different.
Yeah, it's still different. You see, we have a young fella right here. A young fella right
Bill
here.
Anderson has been a friend of mine for 30 years. In the movie, he plays a small part, but yet it dates a point in time and a friend for many years. I want to say thank you to Bill. I'm glad you're here tonight. If y'all didn't recognize him, he's the guy who has a stogie, and he keeps smoking it, and he's part of the atmosphere. But Bill, good to be here. So listen, we're talking Gavin, but do you have any questions? Okay, a question.
Did the woman who played the
Making
singer,
a motion.
Wait just a second. Wait just a second. Go ahead.
did the woman who played the singer actually sing her own songs? And she looked like the woman who played the lead in Shanty Tramp. Is that the same person?
So the guy says you did a really good job, Mom, and he appreciates the fact that you were here.
Good job of what?
No. Actually, I'll tell you the quick backstory on that. What they're asking is, did the girl Donna Ray, was she really the singer? And the story, do you remember?
No.
Okay, the story was, no, she wasn't the real singer. My dad got a black girl to sing it, and then she did a very good job. Oh, an early music video. Of course, not as good as my part, but besides that, it was an early music video. She did an excellent job of lip syncing, and she got the black girl to kind of get behind her, show her how to do the moves. As far as Shanty Tramp, I don't know the answer to that. Well, no, I shouldn't tell him. I should have known. She says no. Next question. Okay, in the back. Well, in the very back there.
Where in the world did you find the harmonica player?
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's a good one, and I recounted that story during the event. Mother, tell them who Jimmy and Mildred Mulcahy are.
What?
The harmonica players, Jim and Mildred Mulcahy. Tell them the history.
Well, we've known Jimmy and Mildred Mulcahy for years and years. They're great performers. I don't know what has happened to them now.
Well, tell them how you met them, what you did with them in vaudeville.
Well, we worked on the show together in vaudeville, and we told them we're going to do this picture, and they said, well, we'd like to make a picture, because they had never made a motion picture before. So we brought them to the coast, and we put them into this picture, and they really do some great harmonica work. I don't know of anybody in all of vaudeville that could imitate the harmonica that they do. They're really outstanding.
When does that water
You know, very few people know how to play a harmonica.
Now let me interject one thought. Have a sip of water, because I know. Have a sip of water. Your voice is a little scratchy. Okay,
I drink the water.
as she's saying that, I'll tell you one extra little thing. Indeed, Jimmy and Mildred Mulcahy were with them in vaudeville. Flash forward 25, 30 years, they became famous in a small circle of harmonica enthusiasts. They lived in a beautiful home up in the Hollywood Hills overlooking the city and the twinkling lights. But no matter what film my dad made, Monster and the Stripper, Girl from the Back Row, or some other ones, Jimmy and Mildred Mulcahy would find their way into it. Now what's funny about this one, they sent this footage to us. We didn't even shoot that one. That's why it doesn't intercut very well. But if you were to see Girl from the Back Row, they're also in it, harmonicating away.
Oh my God.
Okay, anyone else? Yeah, no.